Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodle 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 doo. Subscribe if you're interested. Hey, we're going to do a random ranking today, and the type of random ranking that we are doing is a themed one. It's themed to the Criterion Collection. I got my Criterion Collection over here to the right of me, and I'm going to pick out 3 movies at random and then rank those movies, but rank them based on their cover art. We're going to analyze the covers and then find a favorite. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so and use whatever criteria you'd like. You don't have to do the covers if you don't want to, but let's get to picking those movies. Should I do the eyes shut? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, got some. Oh, I think they're all DVDs. Old school, old school. Okay, all right. So one of these is like a second-hand purchase. So it has a sticker on it. We'll just ignore the sticker. Okay, and actually this is a second-hand purchase too, but I was able to get the sticker off of it. Black Orpheus. So what do we got here? I like the yellow against the black. That is very striking. I feel like whenever you have yellow, a lot of times the work will pop in some purple, but that's not happening. Instead we have this blue, but the blue has a complement in the orange that we're seeing right here in the hands, and then right here it looks like in the garment with the orange there. So we do have some complementary colors there. This I haven't watched yet. I like these dots right here. They add something beyond just the figures and the plain black background. I like that T shape too. We have the strong vertical and then the horizontal happening here, sort of like a cross, but the vertical has some interest there with that curve, making it so those two are looking at each other. Is that what I'm saying? Yes. That's nice. I like that. And then here we have some interesting dynamic lines here. Interesting, that's not the right word, but you know, they add, I guess, visual interest with the diagonals that we're seeing, those zigzags. Some visual movement, all of that. So yeah, that's nice. Okay, next we have Black Narcissus. This one I have seen. This was actually in my stepfather's collection, and then when he passed away, I inherited it. So here, this one, we just have a figure in the center, a nun. What do we got here? Lips. Looks like in the very center, right there. That's kind of interesting, and they do look like they're wearing lipstick. Are nuns supposed to wear lipstick? Ooh, that's interesting. Why do I look like I'm out of focus or something? Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. Are those natural lips or are we looking at lipstick? I think we're looking at lipstick. So I've only seen this one time, and over 10 years ago. So, okay, right? That's where the center is? On those lips. And they are red. I think that's telling us something, but I don't remember. What is the plot? What is the plot? Worldly desires. I read the word worldly desires on the back, so I think that maybe is telling us something. I do like the font here. The font here on this one isn't doing much. It just says it at the bottom, but this one's nice. It says black in black and then Narcissus in white, and there is just a bit of overlapping that we're having here with the text on the bottom overlapping the text on the top. That's nice. You can see that dot right there overlapping the A and the C. I like all of that. The what is that? Powell and Pressburgers right there. That's kind of difficult to read. Not too big of a problem. We do have some texture here in this image. Looks like it had originated from a photograph and then some maybe color added or altered and a texture added, because it doesn't look like a straight up photograph, right? Okay, that's not bad. Next we have The Last Temptation of Christ, Scorsese. So here we just have an image from the film. I'm not usually a fan of that. I will always lean towards, I just feel like I'm being blown out here. That's okay. Um, but I feel like sometimes that can work. I guess, I don't know. It's not like I'm against the photograph. You can have, or a still, you can have some really nice stills within a work. And I think this one's nice, just because we see like the violence in it with the crown of thorns here and then the blood dripping. So all of that is provocative and gets gets our, captures our attention pretty quickly there. The sort of orange of his skin contrasting, or complementing, I should say, the blue that we have in this corner, this strong diagonal line right there, and then of his nose as well. Um, we have some nice diagonals happening there. His line of sight heading this direction, looking down, looking sad. Why have you forsaken me? Type stuff. Um, yeah, and then the mess of thorns there, feels really dense, so dense that it's easy to read the white text right there. Okay, so how are we going to rank these? I think the text here is pretty boring. Actually, I don't know. It's not that bad. Actually, it's not that boring, because look. The L and the A, do you see how they're interacting with one another? The C and the H, how they're interacting. The P and the T. So that's not so boring. So what are we going to do here? I think, the red lipstick in the middle is nice. I remember seeing this one when it was for sale and gravitating towards it because of its illustrative style. So that might be the winner for me personally, just because of where my interest lies when I see a cover. I usually like an illustrated cover as opposed to photograph. But this one has some alterations in it that do make it look interesting, but I don't know, I think I might like The Last Temptation of Christ a little bit more because of the blood dripping that we have there, just that violence that exists within it, and the expression that Willem Dafoe has, almost like a given up sort of look with that blood streaming down his face. I think all that is interesting. So is that number 2? I don't know. This one, the more I look at it, the more it's growing on me. Plus, I love the idea of the red lips, the lipstick being accentuated, and I do like the font and the text overlapping the way it's doing. But, I don't know, this is such a striking image. So striking that I'm wondering if it should be number 1. I don't know. Look at their expressions here. I love those expressions, the way they're looking at each other. Okay, I think this is what I'm going to do. I still don't feel comfortable putting this at the end, but I also don't feel comfortable putting this at the end. This one I feel fine putting at the front. I just don't think this could be number 1. I don't think Black Narcissus could be number 1. Black Orpheus could be 1 or 2. Last Temptation of Christ could be 1, 2, or 3. That's interesting. So I think I feel good about this. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Because if this could be 1 or 2, this could be any of them, and this could only be 2 or 3. I feel that makes sense to me. So yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm going to go Black Orpheus, then The Last Temptation of Christ, followed by Black Narcissus. So that is my ranking. My question to you is, have you seen these movies? These 3 right here? And if so, what do you think of them? And what do you think of the covers? I'm curious how you would rank them based on whatever criteria you see fit. Thank you so much for watching, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.